Several areas in Europe December 27, 2023, where Storm Gerrit, which is the second strongest hurricane after Hurricane Pia, hit various regions of Europe again. More than 100 flood alerts are in place in parts of the UK as the arrival of Storm Gerrit puts a damper on festivities. The West Midlands and East Midlands are expected to face the worst of the rising floodwaters.
Wow.
With the Environment Agency issuing warnings for rivers in Woodborough, Marchington, Halesowen and Warwick. In East Yorkshire, there is also a warning in place in the Upper Hull catchment. Today is forecast to be the worst affected day, with strong winds due to hit a stretch of the south coast, which could lead to transport disruption and power cuts. Heavy rain is also expected in Wales and across central and northwestern England, which could lead to flooding. Train, roads and ferries are suffering as severe weather bites. Multiple trees are blocking the A82 in Scotland. National Rail has warned routes across England, Wales and Scotland are being disrupted by Storm Gerrit. Lines between Inverness and Kyle of Limnological in Scotland have now reopened after heavy rain flooded the railway. Through rains may still be delayed by 15 minutes. SEPA, the Scottish Environment Agency, has issued 6 flood warnings across Dumfries and Galloway, Orkney and the Scottish borders. There are 102 flood alerts in place in England, particularly across the west, running from Carlisle down to Bournemouth, with a further 26 in Wales and 15 in Scotland. Travelers were also warned of delays and potentially hazardous conditions on the way home from their Christmas holidays. As the UK braces for the storm, Gerrit will bring strong winds and heavy rain to many parts of Britain on Wednesday, with wintry hazard also likely, forecasters warn. Yellow wind and rain warnings are in place across much of the UK. By midday on Wednesday, at least 18 British Airways flights had been cancelled due to the storm. Air traffic control restriction meant the BA flights due to operate to or from London's Heathrow Airport were exited. There were returned domestic trips to Aberdeen, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Jersey and Manchester. A spokesperson said, "We have apologized to our customers for any disruption to their travel plans. Our teams are working hard to get them on their way as quickly as possible." Network Rail Scotland warned passengers that spend restrictions would be in place on Wednesday and advised people to check for cancellation. The ScotRail director said, "Unfortunately, we expect disruption to our services due to the adverse weather and customers can expect some changes to their journeys. We will be working closely with our colleagues at Network Rail Scotland to ensure we are able to keep people moving as much as possible." but customers should also expect that their journeys will take longer than usual. The Met Office meteorologist said the storm was named as a warning to people coming home after the Christmas holidays. He said, due to the extent of the warnings that are being issued, it was deemed that a named storm would be a good idea. Because it will highlight to the public risks associated, particularly as tomorrow is likely to be quite a busy day on the roads with people traveling back home from Christmas. A storm is named when it is deemed to have the potential to have a medium or high impact on the UK or Ireland. The Met Office and Met Ireland launched the scheme in 2015 to name storms as part of an effort to raise awareness of the extreme weather events. Wet and windy weather could cover pretty much to the whole of the UK, with significant snowfall in parts of Scotland. A yellow rain and snow warning was in place from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. across much of Scotland on Wednesday.
I liked it with the basin and everything. It was so clean. I mean,
there are wind warnings out for the south of England across the Channel coast, but Met Office also have wind warnings in force for parts of Western Wales, Northwest England, Northern Ireland, Northern Scotland and the Northern Isles. They said that only the central section of the UK did not have a wind warning. Wind warning areas were advised to expect gusts of 60 mph with up to 70 mph winds on high ground and exposed coast. Some delays to road, rail, air and ferry transport were said to be likely. In terms of rain, we have rain warnings out for the whole of Northern Ireland, Western Wales, Northwest England, and then there's a combined short of rain and snow warning for Scotland, Met Office said. Rain in the warning areas was forecast to be between 40 mm and 60 mm, with the potential for between 70 mm and 90 mm in the western hills of Wales and the western side of the peninsula. Anywhere above 200 meters in Scotland and the Northern Isles was likely to have some snow. A tree on the line has delayed trains between Marchington and Woodborough.